Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So tonight is a full moon in Libra. It's the pink moon. And it's not pink in color. It's actually because of springtime with the pink flowers that bloom. I forget what they're called, wild something. Equinox? I don't know. I'm not sure. But there's some, that's the name of it, the pink moon. So the full moon is at its peak at 2:55 Eastern Standard Time, but it is in effect from Friday all the way up until past Sunday. So it's a good time to let things go, to see what we've manifested since the new moon was in Libra, which was on October 6th. If none of you remember, I didn't. I had to look it up. So, if you can remember like what your intentions were. Also, Libra is all about balance and relationships. And all full moons are about manifesting and letting go, but they also take on the vibe of the sign they're in. So this full moon is all about balancing ourselves as well as our relationships. It is time to drop the rose-colored glasses and see things as they truly are, discovering balance, having revelations, and we're urged to reevaluate our own life. And then we process and proceed with the feedback and information that we're getting. So how we are putting ourselves out there, how we use our power, how we connect with others, things like that. So and it's interesting because the sun is actually in Aries, which is the opposite of Libra. That's how it always works. The full moon and the sun are always opposite signs. So that is all about that balance. So we can be in that balancing, harmonious relationship gold energy of Libra, but then Aries is all about our individuality. So being able to have compassion and compromise in our relationships, as well as still being true to our individual self and having our own individuality. So that is see, nature is just perfect, right? So I was telling my kids that the other day because March was really windy, and that's this is what it is. It's like it takes all the little buds off the trees and flowers and things like that and spreads them around, and then they plant in the ground, and then April rains, so it fertilizes, gives growth to those seeds, and then by May we have the blooming. So nature's pretty terrific, right? And let me see if I had any other notes. Yeah, so I just was writing that the sun's in headstrong Aries, which invites us to go after our needs and assert ourselves and launch head first into things, but as well as balancing out that energy of our relationships in a compassionate, compromising way. And it's all a balancing act, going with the flow, balancing. The sun is opposite right now, so it is letting the moon shine in its glory and beauty right now. So we also have Pluto squaring the full moon, which is adjusting how you experience your power, how we use our power in the most balanced, harmonious way, as well as Saturn is trine, and Neptune and Jupiter is quintex, which I've never really heard about that. So this is adjusting that individuality we have, as well as our relationships. So let this full pink moon kind of crack you open to discover who you really are and have that peace and harmony within your life and your relationships. Okay, so with that being said, that was a mouthful. We're going to go ahead and light the incense. I'm following a plan here. It's like by Biddy Tarot. So we're going to go ahead and we have 6 piles here, and we're going to see different things what this full moon is bringing out to us. So got that going. Now let's just go ahead and do a little bit of sage here. Actually, this is, I think, Palo Santo. This one here is the sage, but we're going to use the palo today. Just cleanse our area. I hope everybody's doing well. And I thank you so much for coming to this reading. So I've pulled a lot of oracle decks already for each question. Sat with them, put my intentions out there to the universe and spirit. But then we're going to pull the individual tarot cards. I have 6 different decks here. So if I can remember them, I'll tell you what they are as we go along. Let's just clear our space. All right. Say a little message to Universe, Spirit, thank you for these messages. Please give us the best messages the collective needs to hear at this time during this full pink moon in Libra. And again, thank you for your guidance, your wisdom, your protection. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So the first pile here, the first question is, what have I created and manifested since the new moon? So, we could think about the Aries full moon the new moon in Aries that was on April 1st, but I'm really feeling that it is, like I said before, we go back to the new moon that was in Libra, which was around October 6th. So if you can remember that, because it takes, that time frame to manifest, because we only had that April or Aries full or new moon on April 1st, so that was only 2 weeks ago, but you could have manifested by then. So let's go ahead and see, what have we created and manifested since the new moon? All right, so we have she who nurtures Colette, empathy, gentleness, and insight. So really taking care of yourself now, really being in that nurturing way, even maybe motherly to other people. This is showing empathy for others, being gentle and having that insight. So I love that. Then we have I attract abundance. So we have good fortune here, which is wild orange. So you're attracting, when we come from that place of open heart and set our intentions to be of service to others, and coming from that good place of gratitude and things like that, then we attract in abundance. But the trigger statement is what is you could be going through, or what you could have been during that October 6th moon. The trigger one was what's the point? So so what I'm feeling that you might have manifested or created is going from like, why bother, to now you're thinking like, I can attract what I want. It's inside of me. So realizing that now. So it says, feel the joy you would have once you have reached your goals. Here and now you will achieve your dreams fastest that way. Yeah. So now you're being more of that manifest and magnet, attracting things in more, because we are what we think, right? So if we think negative things, or think we're not going to have anything, or we're thinking lack, then we're not going to get it. Okay, so now we have this Queen, I forget what this one is, Queen Moon, I don't know. Waning Crescent, which is all about protection. So realizing that we are divinely protected, letting go of some of that fear and having more trust and faith. I also feel like you are protecting who you are authentically as well. So that could have been something that you've manifested and created since then. Realizing your worth, knowing you are valuable, knowing your value, and knowing that you deserve abundance, right? You deserve bliss and happiness. You're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah. So I really feel like a lot of you probably have seen things shift since you have changed your attitude, started taking action, setting your intentions. So you could be seeing now like, hey, I do. This is in me. I have it in me. I am co-creating with the universe. And I'm using the Halloween Oracle just because I felt like it. Oh, wow. We have forgiveness, reducing burden. Yeah. So also a lot of you have manifested now, or started creating, setting your intentions, that you're no longer going to hold on to things that happened way back. It only poisons you. So you're realizing like, I'm much happier if I just am at peace and let that go. Let it go. It doesn't mean that you have to condone it. Doesn't mean you have to be with that person or situation anymore. You could have just walked away, but now you are just forgiving and moving forward in this more harmonious Libra, peaceful position. All right, so then we have solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. Yeah, so see what that does is once we forgive and kind of let bygones be bygones and realize they're coming from a place that they are in at the time, not being judgmental, as well as maybe they are in a lower vibration or just not aligned to you, and moving forward and not holding grudges or beating yourself up or being judgmental, just being your independent self like that Aries. It's so funny how it's that balancing act there. You'll feel much peaceful and you attract more. So now we're going to use this modern witch tarot to just to get a few tarot cards, and then we'll pull the divine doorway. These ones don't fluff too much. I call it fluff when you do this, so we're just going to do it like this. If that music's not too loud. Oh yeah, see? 10 of Swords. So once we release this, like, we all have bad things happen, and it's shitty, basically, right? It's awful when people treat us terrible or have no respect or any regards to our feelings and how we are, or what's going to happen to us. So it's letting go of all that now. You know, taking it as a lesson, not taking it personally, and moving away from that. And isn't it interesting, right? She has like 10, which is overkill. I mean, you can kill with one sword, right? So it's overkill. But then she's on her phone. So it's more so in the head. Because if you had 10 swords on your back, you wouldn't be looking on your phone, right? So basically, this is kind of like, it's in your head more so. I mean, yes, something bad could have happened, but it's how we think about it and how we perceive it as well. Okay? All right, we're going to get one more. 4 of Wands, yes, look at that. So this is celebrating ourselves, celebrating how strong we've become because of those lessons, right? Having that stability and security within ourselves. Don't let people like rock our own foundation. You know, we build our own foundation. We have our own thoughts. We know our worth. So I love that one too. All right, now I am going to get one more actually. King of Swords, yes, and living our truth, being our authentic self, not letting people bring us down to their level. Let's see what's on the bottom. 7 of Pentacles, yeah, and then we can move forward and plant those seeds of what kind of future we want, right? And living in the present, not staying in the past, stuck on some bullshit that somebody did. Sorry, I'm talking like a sailor today. Sometimes us nurses do that. No excuses. But anyway, yes. All right. So now we are going to pull this Divine Doorway card. Nomad. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside, so take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Yeah, see? This is still not letting all those swords on our back, those betrayals, those treated disrespectfully, all that, not to hold us back and sit in our fears where we can't move forward to our own future. So I really love that. So what I think you're creating now is letting go of stuff that's held you back so long, whether it's people or situations, or even our own selves, sitting in our own thoughts, thinking, you know, we're a victim, now we're too afraid to go try again because we might get hurt again, and realizing that you only have one life and to keep moving forward and not let people put chains around you or hold you down anymore, okay? All right, so I love that one. Beautiful. I don't know if this is getting too loud. Hold on a minute. No, then it turns it all the way off. So this is meditation 528 megahertz or hertz, music for the full pink moon in Libra. So all right, so the next one we're going to get is next pile. This one is Where Am I Now? So where am I now? Let's see where we're at. Oh, she who creates, Shayla. Creativity, originality, and spontaneity. Yes. So once we release all those past hurts holding us down, release our fears, releasing our insecurity, knowing our worth, then we get into a more creative way. We become our authentic self, original, and we're more spontaneous to do things that we want to do. Because how many times have you wanted to do something, but then you start thinking like, what are people going to think? How are people going to perceive this? What if they say this, you know? So I love that. And then we have trust. Yeah, see, now we get more trusting because the trigger statement, so you have to be careful if this pops up again, but this is what I'm feeling that might have been before, is what if something happens? Yeah. What if something happens? We're not going to be our authentic self because we're afraid of being judged or abandoned or rejected or made fun of, right? So this is wintergreen, and the true statement is, I take my hands off the wheel. Yes, just kind of going with the flow, trusting the universe and spirit, trusting our own higher self, right? You are not alone. The universe is working with you. Relax and enjoy the adventure. So again, working with the universe, being a co-creator, working your magic. The void, yeah, the dark moon. Because see, this is where we're at if we allow others who have betrayed us or made fun of us or judged us with their own low vibrational crap they're dealing with, right? This is where we get stuck. We're in our fears. We're in that darkness. We get depressed. We won't live our life to the fullest, right? And now we have don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Yeah. And our ego as well. Then we get in our ego. That's when we get in that space, fear and all that, insecurity, that's our ego. You're perfectly protected, right? Let's see what else. Winter. The sacredness of pausing. So yeah, winter. See, we all go through these dark times, these bleak times, things that are frozen, things that aren't moving forward. But we can utilize that as time to go within, reevaluate, rest and recuperate, all that stuff, you know? It's a season for everything. There's a season, there's cycles, that's how life flows. And that's us too. We don't always have bliss and happiness, you know? So once we start gliding through those more frozen times or barren times, we'll get through it, right? And just know that there's always a light that comes back up, right? And then we have love, yeah. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. Yeah. So loving yourself, having that unconditional love, healing those inner child wounds, knowing that things that happen to you even when you're younger, like as a child, if you have any triggers or anything like that, was not your fault. You know, you were a child. So I think a lot of us that have people that betray us or reject us or do dirty things to us or unkind things, were triggered back from when we were kids or growing up. It could have been a teacher, it could have been a parent, it could have been a friend, whatever it was. That we didn't know how to cope with at the time, and now we have to, right? So let's get a couple more tarots. This one here is called the Dark Mansion Tarot. I already shuffled them, so I'm not going to shuffle them a lot. I'm just going to do a few. Five of Cups, yeah. And then we're feeling lacking because somebody told us we weren't good enough, or they walked away from us, or they said you were ugly, or whatever it was. Then we start feeling lacking and insecure and not good enough. Wheel of Fortune. See, this is a new cycle. It's time to let all that go, all those karmic lessons, all that BS, all that insecurity and fear. It's time to move this cycle and start something new. Start being who you truly are. And the moon, yeah, during this full moon. So this moon is about our fears, our intuition, things that are hidden, things that we don't know. But we still have to have that faith and trust, right, to move forward. Let's see what's on the bottom. Yeah, if not, then you're going to sit in these nightmares, this anxiety, this worry. And who wants to be that? Look, see, this moon full moon is illuminating all those shadows and all those fears that you need to face once and for all, so you can push past them, step out of your comfort zone, push past those fears and have the life you want. And the doorway, it's this door here, and it says a cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. Yes. It's time to live deliberately and choose boldly. Launch head first, just like that Aries energy, but then have that balance, okay? So, yes, this is so good. It's just going together so nicely. Okay, so now we have pile 3, which is what is coming into my conscious awareness. So let's see what's coming into your conscious awareness. She who yearns, Desiree. Yearn, longing, and pining for. So I really feel like a lot of us are going to have a wake-up call of like what we think we want isn't actually what we want. Have you ever been to that place where sometimes you think you really want something, you're all going to be happy if you have this, and then you get it and it's like, this isn't all I thought it was going to be. So realizing it's the little things that mean the most, you know, it's those things make us happy. going outside and sitting in the sun, spending time with our family, doing creative things. It's not what people think of us, or if we're popular, or even if we have a lot of money. Yes, it makes us comfortable, but there's a lot of people that have a lot of money that are not happy. And then we have peppermint, which is inspire. So you're going to be inspired. And I think before you thought the trigger statement was, I am stuck. So feeling like you didn't have anywhere to go, like that Eight of Swords energy. You couldn't move. You were fenced in. You didn't know what to do. And swords, again, is that mental. Swords, mental. So what we thought is like we couldn't move forward. Really? Is that it? Or can you, like, it's kind of like, have you ever heard of that story where, was it an elephant that was tied to a little tiny rope? And it got trained to think that it couldn't move. Well, of course, look how strong elephants are. They could just walk right on, no problem. But they think that in their head, that they're stuck. So this is the true statement, I am filled with possibility. Allow yourself to float up above any thoughts or emotions and see what is needed for you to process them and move forward. Yes. See? So if there's anything left that you're feeling like you're stuck, which is usually that fear-based mentality or that ego, start really clarifying and think, am I really stuck, or is this just my thoughts? There's something you can do about it, right? Trust. And it's the egg moon. I love that, because the egg moon, we have the pink moon. Is this one also called the egg moon? Because this all to me is about that rebirth, which is like spring. So you have to start trusting yourself, your intuition, spirit, and the universe. A new start is coming. There you go. Yeah, and look, it's like that void, that moon, but see how the light's shining around, and it's a new moon. So a new start is coming, and I really feel like it has a lot to do with how you perceive things, how you see yourself with others as well, because this moon, again, is about harmony and balance, our relationships, as well as our individuality. So, all right, now we have the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. That's kind of like that winter. Yeah. So yes, you might have went through a dark time. You might have faced your shadows a little bit. But now it's time to come out of that, start taking action, and living to your fullest. Being creative, being inspired, facing your fears, living your life to the fullest. And now we have challenges. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Yep, letting go of those burdens. And this is God, but it could be your spirit, your universe, whatever it is. I kind of think of them as interchangeable. It's just how people believe. It's kind of basically the same thing. It's our higher source, right? What we believe in. So yes, we are going to face challenges. Yes, we are going to have people hurt us. Yes, we're going to carry burdens, but that doesn't mean it should bury you. Okay? Again, with that how we think. So it's really time to get out of that way, really reevaluate what we're thinking. And now we have this doorway, which is deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is to come. Hold on, hold on. Yep. Yeah. So, somebody tried to bury you? You're not done. Right? What it did is just cover you up a little bit so you can explore those dark, deep things within you, and so you can release them and you can move forward stronger, more clear, realizing that you can get through anything, right? And I don't know why I read that before I read the cards, but that's okay. Tarot cards, the Universal Tarot. I was reading that at the end, but still, it was a good message. Let's see what's coming up for this. Okay. Yeah. Taking time. See, I really feel like that winter energy and that underworld energy and all that, where it might be dark and gray and bleak and cold and frightening, that's when we were like hibernating so we could rest and recuperate and have those revelations and see where our shadows are and work through it. And I kind of almost feel like that's how that COVID situation was too. We had to like retreat with our homes. We couldn't go out and socialize. So even though some went into the darker place even more, a lot of us got out of it what's most important, how we're tired of living this way, not to our fullest, not happy, being scared all the time, being afraid to do things, right? Then we have This is all about partnership. It's also about choices. So realizing that the people in your life, you want to be supportive of you as just as you are them. You're tired of putting up with riffraff that aren't going to follow through, that aren't going to respect you, that aren't going to be loyal. And it's all your choice. Who you allow in your life, right? And Page of Wands, yeah. And then starting this new beginning to what you're passionate about. What are you passionate about in life, really? Are you just doing things just so you'll have people around you? Are you just doing things so people won't judge you? Or are you doing things that really inspire you, that you feel good about, that makes you happy? And then we have the Page of Swords, yes. And this new beginning in your truth and authenticity again. Love that. Okay. Pile 4. This incense is like getting right in my face. Woo. Okay. All right. So we have what is no longer serving me, or serving you, serving us. So now we have Therese, she who is present, now, awareness, and acceptance. So what I feel like it is not living in the past and not living in the future. One keeps you depressed and one keeps you anxious. If you live in the past, you're always going to be depressed, wondering how you're going to change things, having regrets, wishing you were back then. And if you live in the future, then you're always going to be anxious, worried about what's going to happen, if the rug's going to be pulled out from you, whatever. So, being present. So, what's not serving you is living in the past or in the future, staying present. Letting go of that past once and for all. The full moon is about letting go. So, any hurts, anything like that, it's time to let it go, once and for all. And then we have wisdom. So, it doesn't make sense is the trigger statement. And true statement is I see the bigger picture. You are moving towards a deeper level of understanding, from knowledge to wisdom. Take time to absorb the lessons. So what's not serving you anymore is looking at things in a narrow-minded way. It's time to expand, to see things in a different perspective, okay? From that higher version. Don't let your ego take over and your fears and all that, okay? And now we have change. Thunder moon. So, not being willing to change, it's time to change. You know, things don't stay the same. So, stop trying to stay in your comfort zone. Stop trying to just settle. Resist changing. Life is all about change. If it's one consistent in life, one true thing is change. Nothing ever stays the same, whether we like it or not. It's time to release negativity. Yes. So this is no longer serving you. It hasn't for a long time, but for now, right now in the present, if you want to live your life to the fullest and have the life you want and attract abundance and all that stuff and peace and harmony, it's time to let it go. And that's that inner voice in your head, or any negative, toxic people around you, or any situations that's negative. And now we have, talk about change, death. The eternal cycle begins here. So again, we have this new beginning coming in. So you really have to look at, are you resisting it? Are you resisting this change? Are you being negative? Because I really feel like the universe is trying to recycle this karmic lesson out, but you're hanging on. Whether it's out of fear of change, fear of being hurt, fear of being rejected, whatever it is, being accepted. And now we have patience. If you tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust. Every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Yeah, look at that, see? So again, this is saying about the fear, holding on to things because of, it feels comfortable even though we're miserable, or we're afraid of change, or we're afraid what people are going to think, or we're afraid if we're going to be able to do it, whatever it is. All right, so let's get a few tarot cards. This is the Muse Tarot. Queen of Materials, Queen of Pentacles. So this is having that firm foundation, being solid and stable, right? And this is also like that motherly, compassionate. She can work and she can take care of the family. She's very well grounded. So that's something that we need to be into. So it might be, again, you're not balanced, you're not grounded. So that's something that we need to let go of. Two of Materials, Two of Pentacles, yeah. So you could be like having your mind, I'm really getting, because this is a juggling card, you know, so many things going on. So you could really be just scattered. You're not focusing on one thing because you're all over the place. You got too much going on and in the material world. But I'm also thinking in your head. You're one way, you want this, but then you're over here, and then you're here, and then you're here, and then you're doubting it. So it's time to get that stability back, grounded. And 2 of emotions, yes. Again, this is about other people as well, choices that we make. So you really need to get really clear and focused and stay strong and grounded in your choices as well as the people around you, all right? You need more harmonious people that align with you, that support you, that respect you, okay? Equal give and take, not just you're giving all the time. And then, you know what I mean? Because that's where those 10 of swords, those people that aren't reliable or lower vibrational, they're going to just walk nip-nilly, I don't know what the word is, all over you. And of course it's going to keep you not trusting or fearful, right? And then on the bottom we have 10 of materials. So there, the 10 of pentacles, that's that really having a good life, at the end of the cycle of the pentacles, 10 is like the end. So having everything you want in the material world, being happy in your material world, good career, good finances, good home life, all that. And our doorway, silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind in meditation's grace. The soul can unwind. Breathe in, breathe out. Let go of doubt. Yeah. So again, you're just getting guidance to really have time for that quiet time, silence, stillness, whether it's meditation, whether it's sitting out in nature and just not having your phone or anything like that. Actually really going within, practice on your breathing and getting that silent, grounded. And then that's when we tap more into our intuition as well and have peace of mind. All right, pile 5. How can I release and let go of these energies? So these things that we have as an issue, we're going to see how we can let go of them. So let's see. How can we let go of all that fear and non-focused energy and all that stuff? And attracting unavailable people that aren't loyal, that wreak havoc on our lives, stuff like that. She who brings light, light, serenity, and beacon. So staying in your higher vibration, all times. Don't let them lower your vibration. Don't get down in your ego. If you do, catch it quick and get back out of it. This is shining your light. Grounding. I love how the spirit and the universe are just so synchronistic. Grounding, of course, being rooted. So this says, the trigger statement was, I am somewhere else. That's that unfocused energy, right? Just scattered all over the place, not staying in one direction, feeling like you're going crazy, So the true statement is right here, now, everything is perfect. Yes, again, not too far in the past, not too far in the future. Here, present, now. And that's also what meditation and breathing will help you do. Allow your energy to shift to the material plane where it is needed to help you complete what you have set out to do. Yeah. So not too dreamy, all that stuff. Focus. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Focus. And look, I never noticed this. She's got a butterfly. That's that transformation. So I feel like change is trying to come in, but you're too scattered, as well as you're afraid to face that. You want to hang on to that comfort zone, whether it's good or not bad. It's time to focus. Stay focused and grounded. And stay in your light, higher vibration. And I'm not saying you'll always be, but when you are, realize what you are. Deal with the shadow on your own. Don't spew it all over everywhere else or attract the wrong kind of people or whatever that. A time for healing, balsamic moon. Yeah, so if there's anything like that left, it's time to get rid of it. It's really time to do some kind of meditation, some grounding meditation or something like that, so you can release whatever this is that you're holding on to, that you keep attracting in the wrong people, that you don't feel good about yourself, that you're holding on to things that hurt you, whatever it is. Zombie control, yeah, because then it controls you. It really does. It controls you. A lot of people that are fearful think they're controlling the situation when actually it's controlling you. So now we have forgiveness. Wow, forgiveness. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. There you go. That's that new beginning. Time to forgive and accept. All right, so now we're going to pick up a few cards from the Gilded Tarot. If I can get them. Strength. Did I even read this? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw that little thing there. So we're still on how can I release and let go of these energies. So yes, your own inner strength, and you're stronger than you realize. Got like blank there for a minute. I heard the mower. 6 of Cups. So again, I really feel like this has something to do with your childhood or your past. So there could be something with your inner child. So something from your inner childhood that you're still might not even be aware of in your subconscious that might keep you in that fear base or attracting the wrong kind of people or scattered all over the place or whatever it is. And then we have the Hierophant. Yes, again, standing in your light, staying your highest self as much as possible. If you do have to deal with shadows or you feel like you're being sucked down, acknowledge that. And work on that, okay? It's okay that we all have shadows. It's not all light all the time. Definitely not. Actually, there wouldn't be light if it was all just light. All right, so there. The High Priestess. Love that. So, definitely, this is something that you have to work on. I really feel like at a soul level, so your soul can shine through. Because I really feel like the ego is interfering here, and it's because of all the other egos that we've dealt with on Earth, right? So let's go ahead and get, oh my god, you won't believe it, I just was talking about soul and ego. There's like a battle here, and it's 11:11. So numbers in doubles, synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. Yes, so a deep message about having that knowing who you are, having that unconditional love for yourself, accepting who you are, shadows and all, and not taking anything personal that other people have done. Okay? All right. So our last pile here is, what additional resources are available to me as I release and let go? All right. So we had Audace, she who resists, fearless, justified, and restrained. So right there. This is saying what resources are available to me as I release and let go. She who resists, I really feel fearless, see? Justified and restrained. I really feel like pushing past your fears, but don't let, because they're going to restrain you here. Again, that control over you. So, are you really willing to sacrifice most of your life for not getting what you want and being happy? Because you've been under control of your fears or other people being judged. Now we have bliss. Yes. Okay. So the trigger statement is, why am I here? So, questioning, doubting your worth, things like that. And it's invigorating. And the true statement is, I make a difference. Yes. Knowing that everybody's unique and has different skills. It doesn't have to be something, outrageous, right? Everything helps. So you will have the motivation you need to express your light. Know that you do today makes the world a better place. Yes, see again, shining your light, making the world a better place. Even just offering somebody a smile nowadays with people going through so much stuff can make a big difference. It really can. Surrender, yes. So what else can you do to let go? Surrender. Trust the universe. Trust your higher self. Stop resisting. Then we show the world the real you. There you go. Being your authentic, unique self. Letting it shine. There's a reason that you are unique. Eternal love. Love is love. And it transcends physical death. So, I'm really getting an energy of passed down loved ones here. And I'm getting like if there's somebody that you were really close to, that there was some great aspect of them, start incorporating in that. I really feel like you might have similarities with that, but you're not showing it, and it's time to do that. And know that your loved ones are with you. Their energy is supporting you and helping protect you and guiding you. So you might want to do that too for additional resources. Tap into your angels, your passed down loved ones, things like that. Then we have creative blocks. If you are an artist or any kind, you can offer all work to the divine, making it God's alone. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all you need. So anything you can let go is any kind of blocks that are holding you back. Again, I'm feeling like it's other people and situations that you've went through, and your own self-worth, or how you see yourself, or afraid of being judged or accepted or rejected or something like that. Facing your fears. So again, it's being really coming through. And I'm really feeling here with this creative, even if you don't think it's perfect, nothing has to be perfect, to do something creative, it's going to help release that energy. It's going to make you feel better, okay, and raise your vibration. So if you like to paint, or you like to garden, or whatever it is. All right, so now we're going to get the Light Seekers Tarot. Four of Wands again. And guess what? 1111. We had that card, 1111. See this two? There's 4 wands, 1111. So the Four of Wands is all about the celebration, foundation, security. So I really feel like you need to celebrate and enjoy life, and celebrate you for you being unique and what you've gotten through, you know, and realize that you are stable, and like I said, work on that root chakra, or that going out in nature and getting grounded again. Plant your roots deep to what you want, not half the roots of the tree are half out because they're following everybody else and it's going to fall over the first storm that comes. This is planting your own roots, being secure in who you are, okay? Death and rebirth. Again, you're being reminded it's time. It's time to stop resisting. It's time to push through. It's time to let go and forgive. And the Page of Wands again, too. Again, this is that new beginning to do things that are passionate to you, to live in your life to the fullest, to be your unique self and shine it out to the world. There's some reason for it. And then on the bottom, Queen of Cups, yes. Nurturing yourself, coming from that place of compassion, or open-heartedness. Look how peaceful she is. See that? She doesn't care what people think of her. She's just her own little hippie self. Okay. So, last divine door. And this one is, oh my gosh, intuition. Simply complex words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way that it feels. Yeah. So, you know deep down inside what's right. So stop letting your ego and that little voice inside your head tell you something that's not serving you anymore and keeping you held back. Okay? So, and I'm sorry this is shaking, it's on this table. So, that is your message. And you know what I'm going to do, since tomorrow is Sunday and it's Easter, and I probably won't be on here, but I usually do self-care Sunday, so I'm just going to get a couple of self-care cards. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm actually facing something where, I had an offer, and it's just going to be a challenge, and I have to face my fears and step out of my comfort zone. So I am contemplating it this weekend. But I'm going to spend time with my family. Some of them are sick this weekend, unfortunately. My daughter. All right, let's go ahead. So, universe and spirit. What ways can we take care of ourselves? What would be beneficial for us at this time? For Sunday the 17th, Easter Sunday. Make a meal. Well, a lot of you guys might already be doing that for Easter. So cooking will really, make you feel creative and make you feel good. And I'm really getting like maybe doing it with loved ones. So that's a good bonding time as well. So the mantra is, I am nourished by food infused with love. Yeah. So, also that's a good thing to point out. If you have loving energy towards your food, that's always a good thing too. When made with love and intention, food has the power to nourish us beyond a physical level. Prepare yourself a beautiful meal that's healthy and delicious, perhaps a favorite from childhood or a dish that's seasonal ingredients brought from market or shop, offering organic and local. Remain mindful and present throughout the entire process. Eat it with the same level of presence and appreciation. Yeah, so being grateful for the food you have as well. So if you want to journal about this, just to do a little more work, it says, what is your favorite meal from childhood? How can you recreate the meal for yourself and make it equally meaningful and tasty? And that's interesting because I was thinking about making chicken and dumplings. I don't really eat meat, but I do like the dumplings. So I don't eat meat, but my kids like it. And this reminds me so much of my grandmother Jenny, who I was named after. So let's see what else. Read. We get this a lot, so I really feel like there's some book out there or something or some article that you guys need to read. So read. Let's see what the journal prompt is. Reading can. I don't know if I'm going to read the whole thing. Let's see. The mantra is, I enjoy expanding my mind. So there's something for you to learn here. Whether the book is a fantasy novel or a work of nonfiction, reading opens us to new perspectives. So it might help you see the thing in a different way. The journal prompt is, what's your favorite book to read as a kid, and how does it make you feel to think about reading it now? So there's, again, going back into when you were a child. So there's something you need to explore as a child as well. Some of those childhood memories that made us feel good. Time where things were more innocent. All right, one last one for Sunday. Create art, and we did have that create one. So again, I told you, when I was last year, I got some coasters and stuff, and I never really paint. I always thought I wasn't good at it, but I had so much fun, and it was challenging because I had to look at the design, how they were, and really concentrate on it. But I enjoyed it. So it's time to be creative with some art. And then we have, with this one, the mantra. I am an artist creating a masterpiece that is called my life. Yeah, so you might want to just even for some healing therapy, just paint something with your life or something that you have an issue with or something like that. Maybe even this letting go and facing your fears. The journal prompt, what blocks, real or imagined, stop you from making art? What practical steps can you make to work through these blocks? Again, with the blocks, yes, see? So really paint something that's something that's blocking you so you can see it in a different abstract and be able to face them, okay? You might even want to do a ritual on this full moon and just burn it and then realize, poof, it's gone. All right, so we're going to get a couple chakra cards for this Sunday. All right, so we have vulnerability, yes. Throat chakra, sodalite is the crystal, showing vulnerability is a sign of strength. Yeah, so see about being judged or feeling weak around someone else or you're going to be rejected. That's a beautiful thing. Not being rejected, but being yourself. And if they can't accept you, oh well, right? You want people around you that accept you for who you are anyway. Then we have intuition again. Wow, we're getting this a repeat here. Intuition is the little tug that pulls you towards your light. Yes, see, light again. And it's the third eye chakra. Amethyst is the crystal. So we have the third eye and the throat, which is interesting. It's all blue. I got all blue. Moon is blue. Well, it's pink, but and then we're gonna get one more. The crystals are the sodalite and amethyst. The chakras are the throat and the third eye. Now we have the root chakra, which we need to be. Security, to feel more secure, deepen your connection with nature. Yes, again. So root chakra is the garnet. And then last but not least, we have confidence. Works right in again. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Solar plexus chakra, rutilated quartz. So I'm really feeling like a lot of you might want to do some artwork, write something, because we had read. Write something, do some painting or color a picture or draw, and of your fear or whatever's blocking you. And then maybe even tonight go out in nature and maybe do a little ceremony where you burn the drawing. You might want to keep it, I don't know, but just if it's a release energy, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I thank you guys for being here. I had a lot of fun and got a lot of clarity with things. I hope you did too, and thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And happy Easter and happy full moon. Peace.